Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to call the December 2nd, 2024 meeting of the Catawba County Board of Education to order. Shortly, we will invite the the Army JROTC from Fred T. Ford High School to present the colors, and they are under the direction of Colonel Andrew Weatherstone. Mr. Settlemeyer will lead us in a moment of silence, and we'll follow that by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you would, please stand.
For James Leach here in the middle, who was carrying the National Colleges. Join back up, which I always appreciate. He wrestles at Fred T. Ford, has a good time with that. Still kind of undecided on what he wants to do when he graduates. He's got time to figure it out. Might be looking at going in the Army. His James, help me out, stepdad was in the Marine Corps. Is that right? Because you only stepdad. I know y'all are related sometimes. Gavin's in there too. Over here on this end is Aubrey Luckett. There we go. She's a cadet captain, so she's one of my company commanders. Junior, she does softball, volleyball, and she's also on our women's wrestling team, which just started this year. Her dad was a F-16 crew chief, and now he's an underwater welder. She's not going to follow in his footsteps, but she does want to be a marine biologist. So I'm trying to talk her into maybe UNC Wilmington here locally, but she may be moving. She dropped that ball on me today at the end of this year, so unfortunately she might be moving on maybe to Alaska is what she told me. Over there, they was carrying the state flag, Cadet Captain Julian Ginter Mejia. He's been with me all 4 years. Kind of quiet, kind of does his own thing. He really loves woodworking though, and he is quite amazing at it. And I'm trying desperately to get him to take some of his woodworking bowls that he makes to the farmers market so he can sell them. I keep telling him, you need to monetize your skill. But he really enjoys that, and they're beautiful. He's also in the welding program at CDCC and wants to follow those footsteps. Excellent with his hands, and really loves what he does. And then finally, my returning cadet Command Sergeant Major James Leach. He's our highest ranking enlisted cadet. He's in charge of all of our promotions. He holds our monthly promotion boards. In addition to that, he's also, or was, the starting linebacker on the Fred T. Ford football team. We have the happiest one-win team in the entire county, let me tell you. That was a great thing. Dad is a retired Marine Corps First Sergeant. He just recently retired this year, and James wants to follow in his footsteps, go to NC State, go back, and hopefully get in their Marine Corps ROTC program and become a lieutenant in the United States Marine Corps. So there you have it. Those are my kids. Again, thank you again for the opportunity. We always love coming out and showing off to the work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Face
March.
Thank you again, Colonel Weatherstone and cadets. Board members, at this time, we will consider adjustments to and then approval of the agenda. We did not have an agenda planning meeting ahead of this, and I would ask that if we could add just after consent items and recognition of board members, remarks of appreciation for outgoing board members to the agenda would be one request. Are there any others? If not, I will, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion that we approve the agenda.
Motion to approve agenda as presented and amended.
Second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of approval of the agenda as amended, please signify by raising your hand. Thank you. Also, before moving to the consent items, the poinsettias that you see in front were donated by the ag program at Fred T. Ford High School, and we appreciate them. And Mr. Sharita, I see you in the back there. Thank you for that and all you do out there at Fred T. Ford. Board members, now you see the consent items listed, and those were sent to you in your packet. I'll entertain a motion on approval of those consent items.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the consent items as they were presented to us.
Thank you, Dr. Barnett.
And I'll second that.
And second by Ms. Richards. Thank you. We have a motion and second on the consent items. Any discussion? Hearing none, I will then ask all those in favor of approval of consent items as listed, signify by raising your hand. And again, that is unanimous. Thank you. And at this time, I would like to recognize, first of all, Mr. Ron Abernathy. Tonight, Mr. Abernathy will be completing 3 terms on the Board of Education. So, Mr. Abernathy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Taylor. I'd like to begin by saying that it has been an honor and a pleasure working with Dr. Stover, the assistant superintendents, the central office staff, school personnel, the teachers, students, and the parents over the last 12 years, and must add the numerous board members that I've had the privilege of serving with during those years. I'd also like to thank the fine folks of Catawba County for affording me the opportunity to serve in this capacity. While I'll be leaving the board, I assure you that I will be out there supporting Catawba County schools in every way that I can. I have fought a good fight. I have finished the course, and I've kept the faith with no regrets of serving for Catawba County Schools and the Board of Education. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abernathy. Now I can recognize Ms. Annette Richards.
First of all, I'd like to say that it's been an honor and a privilege to be on the school board. No regrets. It's been a pleasure working with Dr. Stover and his staff, always very professional and truly blessed to be in Catawba County School System. Our staff, I've got to know a lot of teachers, wonderful people. We're lucky that we have them in Catawba County, and I hope they continue to stay with us coming. And also, I hope that everyone will continue to stand up for all students, not 1, not 2, not 20, not 30, all of them. They all matter, every single one of them. And thank you again. I do appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Richards. And then before I yield the floor to Dr. Stover, I would just like to say that shortly after the election, a friend of mine, I met him and he said, maybe the fact that you lost was a blessing in disguise. And that reminded me of a quote that Winston Churchill had upon losing a prime minister's race in England. And he responded by saying, well, if it is, it was very well disguised. Yeah. But In all seriousness, I echo what Mr. Abernathy said and what Ms. Richards said. It's been my honor, first of all, to be chosen 4 years ago to serve. It has been a pleasure to serve with these members here and also with the members that I've served the previous 2 years. In some capacity or another, for the past 40 years, I have worked for students, parents, and the communities in Catawba County. And I have invested far too many years in education to wish this school system anything other than the absolute best. And with that, I yield the floor to Dr. Stover.
Thank you, Chairman Taylor and Ms. Richards and Mr. Abernathy. At this time, we want to recognize your service to our Board of Education, and we will call you out. We've got a special plaque for you, and we'd like to get a picture with you one last time at the front. Yeah, we'll get our three, and then we'll, yeah, that's okay, yeah. First, Ms. Richards, we appreciate all you've done for our students and staff, and we're very thankful for you. Don't be a stranger. We appreciate your service.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Dr. Stover. Thank you.
And Mr. Abernathy, 3 terms. Amazing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
we
sir.
appreciate your service and all you have done.
It's been an honor.
Thank you,
Thank
sir. And Chairman Taylor, 40 years all together, but 4 special ones.
Thank
We appreciate your leadership. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's get a picture.
Ready? Is that good? We're good?
Okay, well, I guess that's kind of like retirement. One day you're here and the next day you're not. And now we're excited to welcome our new board members. So we'll start with Judge Smith, the Honorable Judge Clifton H. Smith, a graduate of Catawba County Schools, which we're proud of too. So we will have him swear in our new board members.
Let's see if you can see on this side. No, Mr. Goforth is on this side. You put your left hand on the Bible. I state your name.
I, David Goforth,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
of America.
of America.
I state your name.
I, David Goforth,
Do further solemnly swear
do further solemnly swear
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and will support
and will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of said state.
of said state.
I state your name.
I, David Goforth,
Do further solemnly swear
do further solemnly swear
that I will
that I will
execute the duties
execute the duties
of the Catawba County
of the Catawba County
Board of Education
Board of Education
to the best
to the best
of my knowledge and ability.
of my knowledge and ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. It's an honor.
And who do you have up here with you today?
I have my son, John, my daughter, Audra, my granddaughter, Stella, and my grandson, Jameson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Clifton Mullis. And who do you have with you today?
That's my wife, Heatherly, my better half.
All right. If you place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right. I state your name.
I, Clayton Mullis,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will
that I will
support the Constitution
support the Constitution
of the United States of America.
of the United States of America.
I state your name.
I, Clayton Mullis,
Do further solemnly swear
do furtherly solemnly swear
that I will
that I will
bear true faith
bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina,
and will support
and will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of said state.
of said state.
I state your name.
I, Clayton Mullis,
Do further solemnly swear
do furtherly solemnly swear
that I will
that I will
execute the duties
execute the duties
of the
of the
Catawba County
Catawba County
Board of Education
Board of Education
to the best
to the best
of my knowledge and ability.
of my knowledge and abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
April Rathbone Underwood. Who's going to hold the Bible for you? And who do you have with you?
This is my daughter Avery, my husband Brent, my son Nick, granddaughter Paisley, granddaughter Elena, and daughter-in-law Addie.
Thank you. If you'll place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right. I state your name.
I, April Underwood,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States of America.
of the United States of America.
I state your name.
I, April Underwood,
Do further solemnly swear
do further solemnly swear
that I will bear true
that I will bear true
faith and allegiance
faith and allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and will support
and will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of said state.
of said state.
I state your name.
I, April Underwood,
Do further
do further
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will execute
that I will execute
the duties of
the duties of
the Catawba County Board of Education
the Catawba County Board of Education
to the best
to the best
of my knowledge and ability.
of my knowledge and ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna give Miss Debbie Wetzel a minute here. We're gonna switch out some nameplates. We'll and we would invite our new board members to come join us up here. Always good to see the family and community here too as well. That's wonderful. Thank you all. You can grab any chair you want. We'll have elections of positions here in just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to head this meeting for a very short time, and then we'll turn it over to the new chairman. So at this time, I would open the floor to nominations for the new chairman of the Board of Education.
Dr. Stover, I'd like to nominate Tim Settlemeyer as the chairman of the board.
Any other nominations? All right, hearing none, then all in favor of Mr. Settlemeyer being the new chairman of the Board of Education?
Oh, no. We need a motion.
A motion.
To close the nominations.
Oop.
And then,
Okay, I needed a cheat sheet, sorry. Can I have a motion to close the nomination?
The motion that we close nominations for chairman.
All right, thank you, Dr. Barnett.
I second.
With a second. All those in favor of Mr. Settlemeyer being our next Board of Education chairman?
First of all, you got to vote to close the nomination.
Oh, okay, we got to vote. Let's close the nomination. Let's vote on that, please. To close the nomination. Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry. All right, that is unanimous to close the vote. Now, all in favor of Mr. Settlemeyer being our next Board of Education chair, please say so with a raise of hand. That is unanimous. Mr. Chairman, if you'd like to join me up here and then now take over these elections. Thank you. Yep.
Thank you all for your support. And I guess I'll open it up now for nominations for vice chair of the.
I'd like to nominate Clayton Mullis.
Are there any other nominations at this time? Need a motion to close nominations for vice chair of the Catawba County Board.
Close.
Favor by raise of hand. All in favor of Clayton Mullis being the Catawba County Board of Education vice chair, raise of hands, please. That is unanimous. All right, moving forward, our next item on the agenda is public comment, which our attorney will do this time for us.
publics, thank you, who have signed up to address the board may do so at this time. I would also remind those who make public comments that that you are limited to 3 minutes, and Mr. Sharp will place that timer on each of the television screens. So the only person that is signed up is Larry Barger.
Good evening. Do I need to tell them my name? Okay. First thing, congratulations, guys. I know you're going to do a good job. As I told you guys here about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, if we didn't get results of what we needed, the citizens of Catawba County was going to replace the old outgoing board members, and that's what we did because we are the majority. The people are tired of all the left-wing liberal bullcrap stuff that goes on in our school systems. We want it replaced. Again, this comes kind of like President Trump as a mandate. We want things changed. We want our school system, the security in our school systems. The sheriff's department does an excellent job. They need your help to maintain that and to make it better. And that's a challenge to you guys to maintain that and to make it better, get them what they need to do. Second thing is our test scores. Test scores in this county suck. Okay, they need to come up. That's an important thing that needs to happen. We don't need to concentrate on one thing. We need to do a lot of things. The test scores. The third thing, teacher retention. That's important to getting test scores up, is getting teachers that's good teachers and keeping them. Challenge you guys to do that. We need to have teachers that's going to stay and maintain get our grade levels up. Okay. Next thing is Bandy's High School. The gym sucks. It leaks water. Our state has a lot of money sitting in surplus. Contact the state, get with our county commissioners. They can get a hold of the state and we can get that gym fixed. There's no sense in those kids having to put up and deal with a leaking gym. Okay. Thank you. I know you guys are going to do a good job. We got you elected. We want to see good results. I know you're going to do a good job. Thank you.
The next thing on our agenda is new business, and number one is information on 24-25 capital outlay request for Catawba County Schools, which is going to be presented by Mr. Dan Moore.
Is a listing that could change between now and January, but this is the beginning of this document. We will let you know in January if there are any changes or additions to the document, as you will be required as a board to approve this as part of the budget process for Catawba County. We did not list construction items on this particular document because the McKissick study will be presented to you later in January for your input in order to make those requests known to our commission. I'll be happy to answer any questions about process or how this list was compiled if anyone has any questions.
So is this just in alphabetical order, some of these things?
Yes,
or is
sir.
there a list of importance to it?
Yes, sir. There is a list on the front that is basically begins with what we call critical needs. These are items that have been identified by the maintenance and construction department as necessary items for the district. The lists from the schools are in alphabetical order. The schools put together these lists with the BLTs in each building and present them in a meeting The most difficult part of this is trying to assign dollar value sometimes for things that may not actually come to fruition for over a year. So we have to try to project cost as best we can. And that's how that information is compiled.
Anyone else have any more questions for Mr. Moore?
Mr. Moore, I was looking like on the fire ant treatment plan, is that something that we have a contract with a certain company in the county? And if so, is that something that we look at annually every year to see if we can get the same service from a different provider at maybe a better price?
We've actually contracted that in the past, and we've also bought the equipment to broadcast spread it ourselves. It's become prevalent throughout our district, and we found that using a granular application and having our guys do it over the summer is more cost effective, but it's certainly something that we can examine and put out for bid.
And that's also, so someone has a licensure there that the school system has, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right,
You
thank
have
you.
to have the appropriate
Yeah,
pesticide licensure and certificates to be able to do that.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else has any questions? Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is the consideration of the 2025 Catawba County Board of Education meeting dates presented by Dr. Stover.
And Chairman Settlemeyer and members of the board, I put together a draft here for you all, and certainly this is for you all to make as you will. So just wanted to put something on paper, and anything you all want to do is certainly up to you guys. But so give you the time to sort that out now or whenever you feel fit.
Does anyone have any concerns about any of the dates on the proposed calendar for the Catawba County Board of Education meeting schedule?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we accept the meeting schedules as it's been presented to us, hearing no concerns with those dates.
If anybody else has any.
No second to the motion.
As it stands, there's been a motion, and the question is there a second? And then any discussion?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes. One thing I would like the board to explore, and it's not something that we have to radically change at one time, is the board to explore committees. And I have mentioned those to Mr. Chairman Settlemeyer, and also possibly look at the work sessions in the future to maybe move those away from not having all-day sessions, but periodically throughout the year possibly. That I'd like to see the board explore and discuss and talk about.
Willing to amend the motion if you have some suggestions you'd like to make.
Yes, ma'am. What I would like to see the board explore is to have a couple different committees, and that would take input from all of us here on what we'd like to see, like finance and personnel, operations committee, safety committee. I think it would do good if we have those type of committees. If there's big issues that we need to focus on, that committee can study it, work hard, make sure we're making the right decisions, and then bring it back to the full board for a vote.
Committees is in the next business item.
Okay.
So we have a motion and a second to approve the calendar. Is there any further discussions? If not, let's take a vote by raising of hands. Is yes, that you would accept the calendar as presented? That is unanimous.
The next one, thank you all. The next one, Mr. Settlemeyer, is our committees. And these are traditionally the committees we've had, and certainly for you all to decide who, what, when, where, and how. So I'll turn it over to you all at this time. This is just a draft. Thank you.
Yeah, this is not necessarily the establishment of committees, but the not appointment of representatives to those established committees. So just wanted to make that clear.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to volunteer to participate on the K-64 board.
I would like to volunteer for the legislative liaison.
I'd like to volunteer for the spelling bee. It's okay.
Is that you, David?
Yes.
I'd like to volunteer for the School Health Advisory Council.
I'd like to volunteer for the Early Head Start.
Mr. Chair, I'm willing to remain with the LEP Advisory Board and Dual Language Committee, if that's okay with everyone else.
Yes, ma'am. I'll do the spelling bee. Title I PAC Parent Advisory Council.
I'll also volunteer for the Dual Language Committee and Advisory Board also.
So do K-64.
I will do the AIG Advisory Board and the Legislative.
I will also do the Education Foundation for Catawba County Schools.
We normally have 2 for Education Foundation.
I'm sorry, I didn't write a name down by accident.
Okay. I think, did you volunteer for it, Mr. Settlemeyer?
I did. Did someone else?
I'd be glad to serve on that as well, the foundation.
Okay.
Asked there
If
was
we
just
need to.
one. And
Just one.
I don't know what's.
No,
If
for
we
the
just need one, that's fine.
the Ed Foundation, I think the bylaws were written for one.
That's
But if
fine. I just
certainly,
thought we needed 2.
okay.
Just for clarification,
I've got them all right here. Okay.
no, April was not. So just for clarification, in the past, they've had, except for School Health Advisory Council and Early Head Start and K-64 and Education Foundation, there were 2. The ones I just named were just 1. So, so there've been, that's in your packet. It's at the last page. So, so again, if you go through the list, AIG Advisory Board, there are 2. LEP Advisory Board and Dual Language Committee, 2, Title I Parent Advisory Council, 2, School Health Advisory Council, 1, Legislative Liaison, 2, Spelling Bee. There were 3 in the past.
Volunteer for that too. I think there's already 2 people.
Okay. Early Head Start, 1, Education Foundation, 1, and K64, 1. So I believe Ms. Underwood had.
And I think too, that's the Education Foundation bylaws too, is one member of the, each Board of Education in Catawba County, kind of like the Ed Foundation.
Underwood and I were talking, we only need one on the Health Advisory, and since she's there, I'd be glad to do the K64 board that I volunteered for.
Okay, thank you.
So do we still have somebody for the Title I or the AIG Advisory Board?
Yes, there needs to be another one.
I'll do the AIG Advisory Board.
And I'll also do Title I.
That have us covered on everything.
I'm making sure right now. Yep. Got it. The only other thing was, and we have 3 on the spelling bee because Ms. Teague signed up. Okay. That covers it. You want to go back through it?
Okay, I'll talk about the committees real quick and say who's on it. The AIG Advisory Board is Clayton Mullis and Michelle Teague. LEP Advisory Board and Dual Language Committee is Dr. Barnett and Don Sigmund. Title I PAC, Parent Advisory Council, is myself and Clayton Mullis. School Health Advisory Council is April Underwood. Legislative Liaison is Michelle Teague, Clayton Mullis. Spelling Bee is David Goforth, myself, and Michelle Teague. Early Head Start, Don Sigmund. Educational Foundation for Catawba County Schools, myself. K64 Board, Dr. Leslie Barnett.
And that would be a motion to approve whenever you're ready.
As you proceed.
I'll need a motion to approve when ready.
Mr. Chairman, I move to make the motion to approve the meetings as presented, or committees as presented.
I second.
Any further discussion? If there's no further discussion, I'll take a vote by raise of hands for yes for the Catawba County Schools Board of Education committee assignments. That's unanimous. Do we have a need for closed session this evening?
We do not have a need for closed session. The administration does not.
Okay, since there's no need for a closed session, I'll take a motion for adjournment of tonight's meeting.
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Take a vote by show of hands to adjourn tonight's Board of Education meeting. That is unanimous.
Don't break it.
Splendor it, Wanda.